Michael again. Another car. Another day. This is a 2008 Honda Pilot. So, what's the story behind this car? It was on sale, put on sale on Facebook Marketplace. And we had someone in West Africa who ordered, well, not ordered, but said they were looking for one. They were in a certain price range budget, and we told them that with that budget, it is possible to get one, but the condition might be suspect and it might need some repairs. So we came across this car. The owner told me that there was something wrong with the engine. He's the second owner of the car. His parents bought the car for him, and he's been using it. However, after a while, he says the engine just seized on him. I kind of suspect what happened. A lot of people, especially if they don't know much about these cars, don't realize that they are interference engines that use a timing belt, just like the Toyota Sequoia that I talked about earlier. And what that means is that if you go past the service timeline for changing out that timing belt and the water pump, it is very likely that the belt will cut and you will have a bad engine and you'll have to replace the engine. If and only if you're lucky, sometimes the belt cuts in such a way that the engine isn't totally toast. Maybe a few bent valves here and there. It's possible that can be fixed, but at a very high cost of labor. And so when that happens, they tend to just want to get rid of the cars. The problem when you're buying cars like this is, if someone's let the timing belt go bad, you don't know how well they've maintained the car. And so everything's suspect. The transmission's suspect. When did they change the transmission oil? Regularly. And so here we are with this car. We made him an offer of $800. He balked a little bit. He wanted $1,500. We explained to him the situation. Eventually, he called us back and he said he'd let it go for $1,800. So we got it for, he let it go for $800. So we got this Honda Pilot 2008. It's got 207,000 miles in it. It does have a bad engine. The engine is knocking. What we found out, it had a bad battery as well. We do like the fact that the interior is pretty decent. Leather's fairly okay. Went through it. It does have some sagging headliners at the back. Sorry, can't open this door. But otherwise, it's not terrible. Not terrible inside. Like the fact. But these leathers on these cars and the MDX, its cousin, are fairly durable. Okay. All right, so let's open up the engine bay, because that's where the heart of the car is. And let's take a look and see what's going on. Honda Pilot. These are very good cars. I've had different versions of these cars. Excuse me as I open this up. I've had different versions of these cars. They run pretty good. They're not bad. Excuse the camera angle, guys. It's got the Honda 3.5i VTEC VCM engine. VCM is a problem, and I'll tell you guys why. And if you know Hondas, you know why. The VCM is a deactivating cylinder. The whole idea behind that was it was supposed to make the car more efficient. As you drove up to a certain speed level, one of the cylinders would deactivate and you'd be saving gas. The problem with that was it interferes with the functioning of the engine, and the tendency over time, not all of them, but a lot of them, is that you end up having a bad motor after a while. So what some people have started doing is deactivating the VCM. There's certain products you can buy online that will effectively deactivate the VCM and lengthen the life expectancy of the engine. I doubt that that's been done on this car, and so here we are. I did have to change this battery. The one in there was dead, and I got another one. Just put that in 2-3 days ago. The fluids are okay. Check the fluids. Fluids are fine. But the engine, when you start it up, it did. I apologize, guys. Scratchy throat. It did have a knocking sound, like it had, you know. But let's start her up and see what's going on. Okay. All right. All right. So she's up and running. A couple of days ago, actually, when I picked her up, she had a loud, clanging, knocking sound. I mean, it sounded terrible. Now she sounds normal, but when you drive her, see that? Hear that? Okay. So she tends to sort of fluctuate, go up and down, up and down. And when you drive her, the compression is very low. You can hardly get her moving. When she does, she really feels like she's struggling. That is not normal for these engines. They're fairly peppy, fairly powerful engines, and so that tells me something's wrong. Now, my hope is that whatever it is something where I don't have to, or the buyer doesn't have to change out a new engine. And when it's delivered to them, we'll explain it to them, and the added cost of an engine will be theirs, or whatever repairs that need to be made to get it up and running. I do personally think they'll still be getting a good buy because the transmission seems to be working fine. The body of the car is pretty okay, and the tires, the owners just put new tires in it before the motor went bad, so the tires are fairly good. And it's quite possible that they'll get a fairly decent car. The air conditioning works excellently. We drove it earlier on today, and it's very hot in Maryland now, and it worked. The air conditioning worked flawlessly. All the electrics work. This was an original Florida car, so there's absolutely no rust in it. No rust whatsoever. It's really clean down there. So with the exception of the engine, I think we have a fairly decent car, and it just depends on what's going on. I won't know until this car is put on a ship and shipped to West Africa, and then I'll have the guys over there take a look at it. If they have to tear it down, they'll tear it down and figure out what's going on with it. But otherwise, there you go. It's a Honda Pilot 2008, and fairly decent. All right, let's close her down. Yeah, she's revving quite high, and that doesn't sound normal. At least it's not clanging like it was. Alright, turning her off. And shutting her up. Alright guys, 2008 Honda Pilot.